Hello everyone. So this is a step-by-step guide of how to create FTP accounts for your primary domain as well as your add-on domains. So we'll cover two parts here, that is to create FTP accounts using CloudLinkd Lab and also how to create FTP accounts using cPanel. So we'll start with CloudLinkd Lab. So you just have to first head on to lab.cloudlinkd.com and then simply log in with your registered email address, and you'll be taken to this dashboard. So just simply click on My Services, then your registered web hosting plan. Alright, so once you click on that, you will be taken to product details page. Simply scroll down. So under this manage account section, click on FTP accounts here, and this is basically FTP accounts management page. So as you can see, I've already created, like previously I've created few of the login details here, and this thing you can see here is basically the username, and this is the path this particular user can access. So one thing I want to mention here, see, as user 1, it can access home example u public HTML. So if the path is still public HTML, so this user can access your primary domain name plus the add-on domains which you have created. Those folders also this particular user can access. But if you want the user to access just just specifically that particular add-on domain, say I have created example_url.com, I have added example_url.com as an add-on domain, and I want example_ur user to access only this example_url.com. so simply in directory you just have to continue with, say, public_html, and then whatever folder your add-on domain is utilizing, for example example_url.com. so whatever user I'm going to create here, it is only going to access this particular folder and none of the folders outside this particular folder. Okay, so we'll create one user which can access all the your main primary domain also, plus your add-on domains also. So say we create user 3 here. All right, we'll type in one password. All right, and then you can see when we type in the login details, like login username, it automatically takes this as your folder, but we have to type in here public_html, since we want this user to access your primary domain name's root plus all the folders inside it. So this will be public_html. Then we have to simply click on unlimited and click on create. So this particular user will be created here. Okay, so this particular user3 at example_url.in can access public HTML, the whole of public HTML, so all the folders inside it. So we'll try to log in using this login detail. All right, we'll use FileZilla here. So as you can see, I've already typed in here, but how to go for FileZilla, how to connect through FileZilla, I'll just show it to you once. You have to simply type FTP. All right, hostname will be your primary domain name. So this will be example_url.in. so your username will be the whole of this. All right, with that the username which you have typed, that is user3 @example_url.in. so this will be, as you can see, I've already typed in this thing. Then again I'll type the password here. All right, and then simply, because I'm using the default port, so I'll just simply click on quick connect. Alright, so as you can see, it got connected to the public HTML folder and all the folders inside it. So these 3 folders are being utilized by the add-on domains. So as a user which can directly connect to public HTML, they get access to the folders which are utilized by the add-on domains also, if you have placed that particular folder inside your public HTML. Alright, so I'll simply disconnect. All right, and the same way, if I create user 4 with the same passwords and I want this user 4 to access just this particular, the folder utilized by this particular addon domain, so what I'll do, I'll just click on, I'll just write it like the directory which this particular user can access will be public_html plus this directory. Alright, and I'll click on create. Okay, so now this user has been created. It's showing account created for user 4. Again, I'll show it to you like what's the basic difference here. So this will be user 4 and password, I have used the same password, so I'll just click on quick connect. So it'll get connected. And yeah, so here you can see it got connected to the root folder for just this domain name. Okay, so outside this domain name, that is like this particular domain name is inside public HTML, but this particular user 4 can only access this particular folder and none of the folders like outside this domain name, so this particular folder. So here you can see that it can access only example URL, the folder named exampleurl.com. all right, so I'll disconnect it. So now we'll go through cPanel and check how to create FTP accounts using cPanel. So of course you have to first get log into your cPanel account using your username and password, and then when you scroll down under the files menu, you'll see FTP accounts. I'll click on FTP accounts. So as you can see that whatever accounts I have created using this, all right, all the accounts are showing here also. All right, so till user 4 I have created. I'll show it. You have to go through the same procedure here again. So I'll just show it because I've created till user 4. I'll go with user 5. So of course you can, because most of our plans, our web hosting plans support unlimited FTP users, so you can create unlimited FTP users, but to manage your users more efficiently, it's better to create lesser number of FTP accounts and just assign different users to different domain names. That will be like much easier for you. So one benefit of FTP, creating FTP accounts using cPanel is basically that, as you can see, when I typed in user 5, it took public HTML directly. Okay, so user 5, then password. All right, so type in the password here. Okay, because user 5 is not a folder, we don't have any folder called user 5, and I want this particular user 5 to access all the the basic all the folders, like the root folder, that public HTML folder for our primary domain name, and all the folders inside that public HTML. So I'll just leave it like that and click on create FTP accounts. Okay, so here the FTP got created. I'll just show it to you by connecting it. I've used I'll just change this to user 5 and I've used the same password, so I'll just click on quick connect. So as you can see that user 5 got connected to your public HTML directly, public_HTML, and it have the particular user 5 has access to all the folders inside this. Okay, so this is how you create FTP accounts for your primary domain and FTP accounts for your example URL. I would like to show you one more thing. Like if you're confused regarding that, I'll just show you one thing, that if I'll go to addon domains, okay, you can see I've created exampleurl.com, and this exampleurl.com has its document root at exampleurl.com. so this is the folder name also, exampleurl.com, for this particular addon domain. So if I go back and I click on FTP accounts, so as you can see, example UR, it can only have access here till, I'll just click on this, so it will show the full path. So it has access till only till example_url.com. okay, so and it can't access, it don't have like it can't access other folders outside this particular directory. So this is how exactly you create FTP accounts for your primary domain as well as add-on domains. And before finishing this video, I would just like to quickly show you how this quota works. Okay, so say I create another user 6. Okay, and all right, okay, so I've created one more user and I want this, I've created this user. Okay, say I've just created this user for my primary domain. Okay, but I don't want this user to utilize say more than 1 GB of my space. Okay, so it can I just want this particular user to access 1 GB of space and not more than that. So I can assign 1 GB of quota for this particular user and simply create account. And if you have already created a user and you want to just change the quota for this particular user, so I can just simply click on change quota. And earlier I've assigned unlimited space, so I can simply select say 500 MB for this particular user. So now this user one, as you can see, is currently is using 91 MBs of the 500 MBs which I have assigned for this particular user. So this quota is just for this particular user. It has nothing to do with your hosting space or your overall hosting space. This particular quota just shows how much space this particular user is using. Okay, and how much space this is allocated for this particular user. So this is how this FTP quota works, and that's all for now. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.